This is POKER vlog number 24. You're watching Kimax 7.
Number 24. You watching Kimax 7.
Well, I always figured if they put, alcohol in cleaning products, then it made sense to put alcohol in your body. What the hell? Oh yeah, we're gonna videotape some hands. That's what we're gonna do tonight. Videotape some hands. I'll try and get as many good ones as I can. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for getting me over 1,500 subscribers. I've been meaning to say to my #1 fan, John Solars, who said on my last vlog, he made 2 comments. The first comment said, "I'm ashamed of you and ashamed for you as a poker player. You suck." And then his second comment was, "You fucking cheap. You never tip the cashier. You were born bred cheap." So thank you, John, for your comments. I appreciate all your participation. And if we have a winning session tonight, we will try and remember to tip the cashier and tell him that that dollar came from John Solars. The other thing I want to mention is right in the beginning of Gus Hansen's book, he says what we all know, but we should not forget, and it's always good to be reminded. What differentiates the best poker players from the middle class, the mediocres, the rookies, is the ability to constantly adapt at the table. Adapt your game. Knowing how and when to put on the aggression. I went live on Facebook, which was a lot of fun, especially... It's me talking. Especially for people that are not familiar with cash games like this. So people are watching this live on Facebook. This is my Facebook feed from yesterday. So you'll see what I wake up with here in a few seconds. A pretty powerful hand. And I wanted to open it up pretty aggressively. I was in middle to later position, maybe with 3 or 4 people left to act. And here's some of my comments coming out. At this point, I was up maybe a couple $100, doing really good. And I'm trying to do all these things while I'm doing this live on Facebook, which was interesting. And then I wake up with this hand. The Big Pocket Kings. 20. So I open up for 20, knowing that there's a couple guys at this table that are typically calling an open for 20. I didn't want to put in 10 or 15. I got 2 callers. The flop is nothing exciting. There are no aces and just bricks of cards, rainbow. 40. I didn't write it down, so I immediately bet out 40 again with the 2 callers. One guy folded, another guy called the 40. He thought for a while, so I continued. And I bet out 60. 60. Before the river card can come, he folds. So really nice pot we take down. Nearly $100 profit on that pot. Really, really nice. Really fun to do this live on Facebook. It was not pre-planned. I just suddenly thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I just went on Facebook Live and started broadcasting and see what kind of comments. And at one point I had like 13 people watching. I'm gonna sit in the bench and watch you run around for a bit. All right, John, this tip the cashier is for you, John Solars. Here we go. We're gonna tip the cashier. There she is. December's gonna get a tip of $1 for my. I won $25. Here we go. There it is. Look at that. Oh, you're welcome.
There it is. I did it.
At this point into my Facebook live feed, I'm about 20 minutes into a 30-minute live feed on Facebook. And I'm just kind of passing time for the viewers, playing around with my chip stack. And, you know, not limping in too many hands. But you'll see a hand that I get involved with here coming up that I normally wouldn't get involved with. It kind of speaks for itself. But I was glad to see it happen because I was trying to do something while people are watching besides fold. And at the same time, while I'm doing a live feed, I'm commenting on other people's comments, so I'm really multitasking. And a lot of people are calling a lot of opens and stuff, so I limp in the up and coming pot here, playing with my chips, talking to people live on Facebook. And I wake up with the 7-6 offsuit. You know, real garbage, but I limped in the pot. 4 others limp into it as well. The flop comes and there's a 7 and a face card. So I decide to stay involved in the pot, see what can happen. Somebody bet out 10. I called. 4 other players all called, so 4 people called the $10 raise. The turn card comes another 7. I got 3 of a kind. However, there's a 6 out there and there's an 8. So I'm afraid that somebody's got an open ender and I want to take this pot down. I bet out 100. Kind of hoping someone calls just in case a fish, but at the same time I'm completely happy just taking it down. And everyone folded. One guy tanked for a little bit and then he folded. We take down a little $52 pot approximately. So that was fun for the viewers on Facebook. Alright, day 2. Day 2. We're gonna go play another $150 tournament. Buying in at about level 4. The blinds are every 25 minutes, so this will be a second attempt at this tournament in the Chicago Poker Classic. So stay tuned for an update soon. Starting chip stack 6,000.
I told this guy earlier.
Huh?
I told this guy earlier. He was like, "Why do I have to pay an entry fee?" I'm like,
For our last name, we don't want to broadcast that to the world. All right, first nightly of the week here. Chicago Poker Classic. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, there we go. There we
Hello
go.
there,
Hey,
how are
how's
you?
it going? Good.
Pick one of those lucky seats there for me.
There we
You
go.
got chips left. All right, you're gonna be
There we
going
go.
52.5. Nope.
There we go. There we go.
There you go. Good luck to you, sir. You can keep that copy.
All right. Update from the evening 150. It's the end of first break. And we got about 12,000 in chips. Started out with 6. And just doubled up with 10 queen all in, pre-flopped, against ace jack. And got a turn, a 10 on the flop, and a 10 on the river. We're gonna take it down. I'm in the small blind, and I wake up with pocket kings. There are 3 callers in front of me that opened up for 12, so I made the call of $12. And checking my cards again, the flop comes ace jack 6. We got a $48 pre-flop pot out there, and the flop's ace jack 6. I check, 2 others check. A guy later position, he makes it 25. I make the call at 25. One other guy calls. We got a pot of 123, and the turn card comes and it's a king, and I checked it. I had get a set there on the turn with my 3 kings, so just fantastic. I decided to check. It went check, check to the river. Gentleman thinks for a little bit. He bets out 25. I raise it to 75. So $150 out there in the pot. I'm trying to increase it, hoping he calls here, hoping he has ace-jack or ace-6. Just a great hand. Glad I caught it on film. And one of the few hands where I took all the notes. I don't remember what the river card was, but there was a potential for a backdoor flush out there. So I make it 75. He tanks for a little bit. He's taking, he's taking. I'm thinking he's going to call. He's holding his cards really tight. Putting his chips up and down. Tanking, tanking, tanking. He wants to make the call and then he lays it down. So, and I show my set of kings on the turn there. Well, great hand. And I'm glad I'm been able to videotape some of these hands where I'm getting
Oh, I'm sorry.
Once again, guys, this is the first call for the 2-5. That's Mike P, Matt W, Duke, and Water. Mike K, Paul, Mike K again.
Throughout January of this year, I went on a run good. 5 winning sessions in a row. Built up a bankroll over 1,800 bucks. So excited. I didn't sit around and think about when the run good would end. I held on to that cash, and I remember talking in one of my episodes how during one of my cash games, I felt it really helpful. I found it powerful to know that I had this bankroll on me. I was willing to take a little bit more risks and do a little different adjustments to my game, and I was winning some big pots by doing that. A bit more fearless and a bit more willing to take a little bit more risk, and it paid off. But the point, the reason I'm bringing this up is that, as you know, I keep records of all my sessions. At the end of the month, I'm adding everything up and seeing if I'm in the green or if I'm in the red. Whether you end up in the green or in the red at the end of the month can all depend on if you have one really bad losing session. Because the culmination of all these winning sessions, if that equals just one bad session, then you're back to zero. So be really, really, really conscientious and careful if suddenly on a cash game you've reached into your pocket for a 3rd time. Use that as a rule. If you have to reach back into your pocket for a 4th or 5th time, you're probably going to have a really bad month, because just that one night is going to screw you for the month. And I bring this up because I'm talking from experience. And I'd like to be brutally honest in my videos. I never bullshit. I don't always give all the information in wins and losses, but in this case I am. You know, I had one horrible night at Potawatomi, and it cost me all those run goods that I had those 5 times. and I've been thinking about it a lot. I didn't let it get me down, don't get me wrong, but I really start to recognize that at the end of the month, the number of winning sessions you have relative to the number of winning sessions you have can really be the difference maker if one of those losing sessions was extraordinary. I'm talking like $1,500 or $1,000. So try and avoid those. There's my rant for tonight. Let's go play some poker.